my channel. Your girl is looking a hot mess. Um, in today's video, I'm gonna be getting ready because I actually have somewhere to be in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do a story time on me and my ex. I get this question at least once a day, if not like every other day. I get this question. I don't know why people want to know. So, but I mean, I can understand why people want to know, but I don't know. But anyway, while I do the story time, I'm going to be doing my makeup as well. Just to say, I'm going to be talking about why we broke up. Not like us being together. It was May. It was the first week in May. I think it was actually May 1st or something like that. But me and him decided, I think I ended up breaking up with him. Yeah, I broke up with him in May, the first time. We have been together for about 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. And we've been off and on. Like we would break up and then get back together like the next day or a next few days. Like it wouldn't be like an actual breakup. I just called them a falling out pretty much, where we just didn't talk to each other for a couple of days. But we would always find a way back to each other. Like we wouldn't talk to anybody else. Well, I wouldn't talk to anybody else. I don't know what he was doing, but I wouldn't talk to anybody else. Anyway, we would break up and get back together, and that would be that. And then we would be fine. We would be okay. But this time in May, I broke up with him, and the reason why I broke up with him is because I started to feel like our connection that we had was starting to drift. I mean, after 3 years, the connection starts to kind of like, well, I can't speak for all relationships, but my connection with him, I kind of felt like he was starting to like not really care for us anymore. Like not like all the romantical stuff was gone. Like the holding hands, the hugging. We would kiss, but it'd be like a quick, like small kiss. It wouldn't be like normally, which was a regular kiss, but like everything that we did, we didn't do anymore, which kind of started to make me feel like, okay, maybe this eyebrow is terrible. Maybe he wasn't maybe he wasn't feeling it the same, or and I would constantly ask him like, do you not want to be with me? Like, is that why you acting like you didn't want to touch me? Is there somebody else? Which, pay attention to that part. I would ask him, is there somebody else that you're talking to, that you're starting to feel for them? Because if that's the case, if you are feeling for them, then that's okay. Like, just be honest with me. And if you're feeling for somebody, then just go be with them. Like, life's too short to be in a relationship that you don't want to be in, And that's what I was telling him. And he kept telling me like, no, it's not this, it's not that, I do want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. Lies, pretty much. And then I don't know, I felt like I was getting like pointless, because like once we argued, this eyebrow way too big. Once we argued for like way too long, like we just both started to get like to this point where nothing would get solved. He would start to turn into like just a butt. Like he would just be rude for no reason. I guess because he was sick of it. So he was like, the person that he changed into was just like a nonchalant type of person where he just doesn't care. And he's still that type of person to this day. Like he doesn't care. Like right now you're acting like how I'm telling you that you're acting. Like you don't care. You don't want to hold my hand. You're not, like, I felt like he wasn't in love with me anymore. Like he just felt like he had to deal with me because we were together for so long. So I just felt like, okay, like the love that we had, or that I thought we had, it just wasn't there. And so I broke up with him, and I was just like, there's no point in being together if you don't love me the same, and stuff like that. And he was just like, pretty much to put that in a shell, he was just like, okay. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say he didn't try and fight for it, because at first he did, but then at the end he was just like, he got to that point where he was so nonchalant that he really just didn't care. And so he was just like, okay. And so we ended. So not even a month, like 3 weeks went by. No, because May wasn't May a long month? It was like, I think I did count. It was like 4 weeks. But I think May has like 5 weeks in it or something like that. I don't have a calendar. But I think May has 5 weeks in it. And that's what kind of threw me off, because I was like, had it been another month, that would have meant that we was broken up for a month. And that month was extremely hard for me. I mean, like, you know, it was hard for me. I didn't want to eat. I was barely sleeping. And then I'm in high school, so I had SOLs. And like all of this was kind of taking place during my SOLs. So I kind of felt like I wasn't going to pass my SOLs because I wasn't sleeping at night. And then in the morning for breakfast, I would buy breakfast, but I didn't have any appetite to actually eat it. So I would just like, I would get Burger King in the morning, the French toast sticks, but I would eat like one. And then my stomach would start to hurt, and I just felt full. So I didn't eat. So I would throw away my breakfast, and then I would get mad at myself for wasting money and time, because I would wake up really early just to go get breakfast, but I wouldn't eat it. So it took a toll on me, I'm not gonna lie. When what was happening was, I came to him, which I kind of felt dumb for anyways, because recently, the past couple of times that we had our little falling out, it would be me coming to him to get him to fix it, instead of him coming to me trying to fix it. And I just feel like, honestly, if you're the person, like if I mess something up, then I'm gonna come to you to try and fix it. But if you mess it up, I feel like it should be the same. Like you should come to me to fix it. If it really matters to you, then you would try and make it work, you know? Or like if you really cared about the relationship, about me at least, then you would at least come to me for things to work. So, sorry, my voice is like terrible. I don't know why, but it's really bad. I think I'm getting sick. Sick of these niggas. I came to him trying to get things to work, and trying to get him to, you know, apologize and stuff like that. And I had plenty of people in my ear telling me, leave him alone, let him come to you. If he wants you, he'll come to you. And I waited a month, and he never came. And I was just like, I don't think, like, maybe, I don't know. I tried to make excuses for him, like saying that maybe he didn't know, which he told me he didn't. He was just like, because I kind of up and left. Like, I was just like, I was over it. I was just like, I went to him and told him, like, when I first broke up with him, I was just like, you don't love me, you don't care about me, I'm leaving. That was that. Like, I mean, we had like a small like an argument, but it wasn't like a real deal schmeal argument. Like, it was just like me telling him I'm done, and then leaving, and then him just pretty much saying okay. I think that's how it went. It's been so long, but so long, like it hasn't been like a month. But that's long for me, shoot. So what happened after that was I came back to him, which I feel stupid for, which I still fight with today, because I still try, but that's stupid on me. But I went back to him, and I asked him, like, can we try it again? Can he apologize for what he did, because it really did hurt my feelings, like trying to make things work pretty much. And he said no. He said that he apologized. He was just like, you know, that he felt like he felt like I was tripping pretty much. And he said he still loved me, but he just said that he liked work, like he liked being alone. He liked being single. He liked, you know, not having to worry about a relationship. So I still tried like a dummy. I still tried. I still texted him every day. I still tried to make things work with him. I was still being stupid. You know, I'm in love with this boy, okay? So I was trying to do anything in my power to make it work. Even if, like, he could have said anything, he could have done anything, I was still trying to make it work with him. So that's what I was doing. I was like still trying to like put it in his head, like, we need to be together, we should be together. Like, everything he would name, like, he had to work. I would be like, okay, well, I've been working for the past 3 years. Then he would say, you know, he had practice. And I'd be like, okay, you've been playing basketball your whole life. Well, not your whole life, but the last, like, maybe 5-6 years you've been playing basketball. We've been together for 3, and you've been balancing it just fine, you know? And then he would say, well, I have work. I need to focus on my work. I need to focus on school. I need to focus on basketball. And I was just like, okay, well, for one, I've been working for 3 years and I've made it work. School's about to be out next month. And then I said, and with basketball, I was like, you've been playing basketball and you've been with me for the past 3 years. So when did basketball and a relationship become too much? And I said, you have school that's about to end, so that just leaves basketball and work. And if you can handle basketball and work and me, like, I mean, it's the things he were naming, I didn't see them as signs to leave him alone, because he was just making up stuff to not be with me. But I didn't take it that way. I took it as, I don't even know what I took it as. So I went to him. We didn't really argue every night, but it was just more of like me trying to like work things out with him, and him just telling me no, him telling me he wants to be alone. There was like a lot of factors that went on that just like triggered me wanting to be with him. So finally, I guess after me being so stupid and trying to make things work with him, he finally was just like, okay. Finally he was just like, okay. He wanted to make things work, which I was like, thank you, Jesus, because I really wanted to be with this boy, and I'd do anything to be with him. So I did anything to be with him. So he finally gave in, I guess you could say, and he was just like, okay, he tried it. So we tried it, and I mean, the only big thing that kind of set it like as to like maybe this isn't gonna work is his busy schedule, which is what he was trying to tell me. Because I realized that like I wanted to talk to him a lot, but I did realize that he had a lot going on. But I just kind of was just like, dang, like, we're just getting back together and we talk like maybe once or twice a day. So I took it as he's not even trying to talk to me because he's trying to prove his point. So I was just like, I was kind of over it. I was just like, I guess that you're trying to like prove your point that you don't want to be with me by not even trying to talk to me. And that was one of the arguments that we had. He was just like, no, I actually do want to be with you. And he was just like, he was just busy, but he told me he would do better, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so he does want to be with me. He does want to make things work. So I'm happy. I'm just like, okay, well, have a good day at work, have a good day at practice, whatever, play good, what, you know, trying to be a supportive girlfriend. And then we had arguments, but my thing is, and I tried to explain this to him, I tried to explain this to everybody, in a relationship, you're gonna argue, whether you want to or whether you don't. And if you don't argue yet, you will. Like, trust me, there's gonna be some time in your life where we're humans, like, they disagree, but as long as we can get past the argument and we can solve the argument, then I feel like if me and you argue and we argue for days and we still don't get nowhere and we still don't agree on something, then that's a problem. Then okay, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be together because we can't even agree to disagree. And that's something that I feel like me and him both needed to work on was that, okay, you feel this way, okay, I feel this way. We're not going to agree on it, but at least can we agree to move past it? And in the future, if this comes up again, then okay, we need to figure out what the issue is. But if we're not going to figure it out right now, then okay, can we agree to disagree? Because I feel like our relationship failed because I would want him to agree with me and he would want me to agree with him. And when I didn't agree with him and he didn't agree with me, it made a bigger problem. But that's something that we both needed to work on and we didn't, which is kind of why we failed in a way. That's not the only reason why we failed, but that's like the biggest thing was communication and not agreeing with each other. Jesus, I do not match. What the heck? So we got back together. Then that was one of the arguments that we had, and then we had a couple of other arguments, pretty much the same thing. Like him texting me, he'll be at home doing nothing, absolutely nothing at all, but it'll take him like 10 minutes to respond to my text messages. And another thing that we had a problem with was FaceTiming. I'm a FaceTime type of person. I don't like texting, especially at nighttime. At nighttime, it's like, what are we texting for? We're both at home in the bed. What do we need to text for? Call me. But I've always been that type of person with anybody. I don't like to be texting. I hate texting. I'm a phone person. So I would just be like, are you gonna call me? And we used to FaceTime every day, all day, from the time that we woke up to, if we had nothing to do and we weren't going anywhere, then the time that I woke up and the time that he woke up, we would wake up on the phone, and then we would go to sleep on the phone, wake up on the phone, talk all day on the phone, and then that's what I was used to because that's what we did for 3 years. So out of nowhere, he just started to hate FaceTime with me because he just started to hate FaceTime and hate everything. He didn't want to call me, he didn't want to FaceTime me, he just wanted to text all day. But he would text me back late. We wouldn't have nothing to talk about when we were text. He would just be like, what you doing? And I'd be like, nothing. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, what you doing? We wouldn't talk. So I'm like, can you at least call me? Let's have an actual conversation. And he would just be like, he doesn't like talking on the phone, which is quite below me, but I didn't want to argue with him. So, but that was a big thing for me because I really hated being on the phone. Being texting. I'm a FaceTime person. So that would bother me. So that would be another argument that we had is how come we're not on the phone, or how come you text me back so slow, or how come just where's your effort? You want to be with me, you claim you want to be with me, you wanted to make things work a second time, but you're not putting any effort. And I felt like I was putting in too much effort and he was putting in none. So that was another big problem that we had, was the whole effort thing. So that was probably 3 arguments. Mind you, we were together for about 2 weeks. We had an argument about plans that we had, and in the middle of the argument he just gave up. Honestly, out of nowhere, he was just like, I don't want to do this no more. He was like that he doesn't feel the same for me. He doesn't love me. Well, he said he loved me, but he said he doesn't want to be with me anymore. He said that he doesn't feel this relationship anymore. Jesus. And he was just pretty much he was just saying he didn't want to be with me and he doesn't feel the same for me anymore, which that really hurt a lot. And it made me look at myself different. I was just well, what did I do to him? Why wouldn't he love me anymore? Or why won't he want to be with me anymore? Why does he look at me differently? So I started to look at myself maybe I wasn't good enough, I wasn't worth enough. And it kind of made me go through the whole depression, the whole eating, where I was barely eating as it was, but like when that hit, I just stopped eating altogether. Like I would eat maybe once a day. If I had, like, in the mornings, I would have grapes, and then I would last me till about 4 o'clock, and then I would eat like maybe to McDonald's, and then I would be full for the rest of the day. So like I would eat maybe once or twice a day, if that. Sometimes I would just eat the grapes and just not eat anything else. So that's just how I took things. I'm still kind of working on that. Still kind of working on eating more, and taking care of myself more. But this all happened about a couple weeks ago, about a month ago. So it took me a month just to start like doing my makeup. It took me a month to start kind of eating more. So I'm still going through this, if that makes sense. So after he said that, I begged him to at least think about it, like think about all we've been through, think about like us as general, think about the plans that we had after high school, the plans that we had after college, the plans for the summer, because we had plans for summer. I just told him, like, just think about everything, take everything into accord before you really decide if you want to end things with me for good. And he was just like, okay. And not even an hour later, he texted me back and was just like, I thought about it and I still felt the same way. So I was just like, okay. And I left it. And I just was like, whatever. Even though it took so much in me, like, not to like send him just long, because I already sent him paragraphs, but like long, like just heartfelt paragraphs. It took everything in me not to. And I didn't. I just let him be and was just like, you got it. That's what you want. That's what you get. So I left him for a month, some change. I don't know. Maybe 2 days ago, I decided to text him. Not to make things work with him, but just to see how he's doing. Like, I'm not the type of person where, like, if I really love you and I really care for you and you have something special in my heart, then I'm always gonna feel that type of way for you. So, like, I just wanted to make sure he was okay, make sure he was doing good. Like, I was the bigger person because I know him, and he ain't gonna text me, he ain't gonna check up on me. That's just not him. If he really cares about you, I don't even think that's him. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I just know personally, like, I would go to him for stuff. So, and it was okay. I texted him and everything. At first, it was okay, but then it started to take a toll for the worst. And I think he was trying to hurt my feelings. And I think he was trying to, like, make me cry. And I think he was trying to, like, get to me. And I let him. And I took 10 steps back that day. Because at first I was starting to eat more, starting to be happy. I was starting to feel like myself again. And then I took 10 steps back by texting him, seeing how he was. So, he got what he wanted, most definitely. If he wanted me to cry, if he wanted me to feel some type of way, if he wanted to rub in my face about his new fling, then he most definitely got it. So now I'm back 10 steps back, working on happiness again. But, you know, one thing that I gotta realize is people will never apologize for if they're wrong, or like if he was to see this and see like how I feel, how I'm talking, he would just be like, well, you know. So that's why I kind of got to put this video out, just to show like what I've been kind of going through for the past couple of weeks, months. You know, my mom's, she's like, don't even make the video, don't put it up, like, you know, just don't even waste your time. But I feel like for me, this is what I needed to do for the sake of me. Now that I know that this video is out, that people know what happened, like, there's no way, you know. Now I know that it's really over. So, which is still hard, but it's what it is, I guess. So for moving on, I'm gonna learn for myself that I need to be happy. I need to like work on being by myself, as well as if somebody wants to come and talk to me, then that's okay. Like, you don't have to block them out because you're still trying to be with him. Or if somebody tries to show you like that they can treat you better, like, you can let them. You don't have to keep like trying to look backwards, seeing what he's doing. Just moving on. Like, it's tough to move on, and I don't want to make this video for pity or for, you know, someone trying to be like, oh, you know, he's trifling. I don't want nobody to dog him, because people change. But at the same time, it's just like, it hurts, but it's whatever. I'm about to go ahead and end this video. I still gotta do my hair, find some, I don't know what kind of lip I want to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this video real quick. Just want to say thank you for everyone who is still like on my channel. Like, I wasn't posting for about 2 months, and my channel was still growing. I was still getting subscribers, so thank you. My videos were still going up, so like, I'm getting so much love and support, and I just want to say thank you for that. I think that's all. I just want to go ahead and end this video and say thank you for everyone still sticking with me, rocking with me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.